This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I encourage you to go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com. We have a variety of podcasts up there. I mean, it's like the old Lifesavers, the Lifesaver rolls, that when you would get, and there'd be orange and grape and pineapple and that clear color that nobody really cared for. But there's a variety of podcasts up and available for you, including Ask Level, in which this week Choice and Chris Level talk about Texas Tech's blowout win versus Houston, the red zone issues, and in their mind how Texas Tech stacks up against others in the Big 12 and the country. So if you have a moment and you're looking for a little bit more in-depth conversation on Texas Tech and a future Red Raider and the five-star commit in Jalen Brewster, you can go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com and click on the Ask Level podcast and educate yourself a little bit more. So, and there's a variety of articles up there as well to take a look at to keeping you up to speed on things. Okay, so do that. Go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com. Jimmy, I met a new Morning Drive listener last night at the gym. Jeff, he's in medical sales and drives up to Amarillo, I think, almost every day, and was a Morning Drive loyalist. So thank you, Jeff. So he becomes
awesome.
Listener number...
Hope he didn't sweat on you.
27. No, he did not. We fist bumped each other. And both of us were, the sweaty guy is I've not seen him in quite some time. I think he's disappeared. And look, I'm not the only one in this building that had issues with the sweaty guy. At least two others in our building have run into him and have had conversation with him about his sweatiness and his sweatiness all over the floor. And he moved on to another
Are we
location.
sure it's the same sweaty guy?
Yes.
Just be careful who you attach yourself to, Chuck. I mean, if just because crazy people agree with you doesn't always make it a good thing.
Okay.
It just means there's three crazy people together,
Two are crazy. One is, I think one you look at and go, okay, he's the sane one of the three. Okay,
that would be on highest. We're making sure
no, it's not.
On highest there.
No, he's not in this conversation. He's not in this conversation. We get this off the Yates Flooring Center chat line, and yes, I had intended to talk about this. Somebody said, "Y'all going to talk about the logo changes? Blew up on social media. Yeah, blew up everywhere. What is your take on the level the bevel, the beveled T, double T, the flat double T? I think if I'm remembering correctly in our previous discussion, something like this, the double T is like your children, you love them all.
Absolutely, and I don't know why we had to kick one out of the family.
Yeah, and I wonder.
I like the new one they've put together. Mm-hmm. I think it looks great. I think I prefer a little bit the brighter red that was in the old one than is in this new current one. This new one we're moving towards, but I think it looks great. I think it's cool. All the other different logos that they've tweaked look pretty good as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Texas Tech. It's our colors. I'm a fan. I love that we have been using the beveled one, and I love that we have been using the flat one
from time to time.
Whether it be on the uniforms of our players or helmets or jerseys or shirts, or whether it be on polos that you can buy at the store or whatever. I love that we had both, and I'm a little, and I know that the university is still going to use the beveled one.
Okay,
but the athletics department is only going to use the new one. I'm disappointed we got rid of one of them because I thought it was cool that we could use both.
Okay. Yeah, and so I had this funny thought as I was leaving my house this morning. I was like, so now are we going to have a throwback to the bevel at some point in time? One of our throwback uniforms. We're going to throw it back to the bevel this week.
appreciate, think it's great that the university or the athletic department cares what the fan base thinks and is proactive. And hey, if people don't like this, we'll change things. My guesstimation always that the loud minority was the one that hated the beveled one so much. I didn't think that was the majority. I assumed that was the loud minority. They said they've done focus groups and all that and found out that is inaccurate from what I have believed to be true. And so I respect that and again appreciate the fact that they're willing to listen to the consumer, aka the fan base, right? I appreciate all of that. Again, but I just don't understand the folks that, again, people who agree with something don't usually call and tell you, hey, I agree.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
If they disagree with you, they're going to be loud. Right. Okay.
Generally speaking, the noise on the post-game shows, whether it's here or anywhere, is louder when you lose than when you win.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like we gave in. I don't understand our fan base that hated the beveled one so much when the other one was also available. And it's our logo. It's on our helmet. It's on our jerseys. It's on our fields. It's our cord or whatever. It's a logo that represents Texas Tech. How can you hate it that much?
Yeah, I mean,
why are you so loud that you hate it so much? I'm sorry for being this guy, but it's just who we are as a society now. If we don't like something, we have to be so. It can't be just okay. So other people like that. I like this one, but no, nobody's that way. It's like I gotta just rail on it, and it was. I don't understand that. And I feel like we kind of gave in to the whiny majority. But again, I like what they've done with the new one. I think it looks great. I'll be excited to get it on a polo and a hat and all the above. And so I'm not here to tell you I don't like the new one at all, because I do. I think it's cool. And the other ones that they've tweaked, I think are cool. I just don't know why we had to get rid of one of our children.
I think that's well said. And there's a lot of people that are new to Texas Tech or people that over the last 25 years have graduated from Texas Tech, and that was their logo when they were here. I get it that for some the flat double T was their logo when they were going to school and growing up.
And that was me. I was the flat double T was the first logo that when I was a Red Raider. So again, that's why I love them both.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so if you have a thought, an opinion, hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to WT973.com for that, or the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open at 806-771-0973. The Stay in Sports History is next.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Morning Drive, time for this day in sports history. Today is October the 8th, 2025. Time for this day in sports history. Here is Jeff McGuire.
1930 is where we will start. Baseball World Series. The Philadelphia A's.
A's, yeah.
Not to be confused with the Kansas City A's.
Or the Oakland A's.
Or the Oakland A's.
Or the Sacramento A's.
Or the Sacramento A's. Beat the St. Louis Cardinals 7-1 at Shibe Park for a 4-2 series victory to retain the World Series title.
Okay.
So this was back-to-back for the Philadelphia A's. Just want to remind them that, apparently they're the one team in Major League Baseball that doesn't think moving sucks.
They had success in Philadelphia, and they had a lot of success in Oakland. They didn't have very much success in Kansas City.
They kept moving.
They kept moving, yes.
They like putting their stuff in boxes and taking it someplace. I don't know why.
In Kansas City, they like trading their best players to the Yankees, which they became a Yankee farm club, essentially.
1956, Yankees pitcher Don Larson throws his perfect game as the New York beats the Brooklyn Dodgers 2-0 in Game 5 of the World Series at Yankee Stadium.
Thank you. I knew there was something about this day that was historic, and I just couldn't put my thumb on it, but you just did.
The A's won back-to-back World Series from Philadelphia.
No, it's Don Larson.
1973, Major League Baseball's NLCS Game 3 is interrupted by a brawl sparked by a fight between Cincinnati Reds Pete Rose and New York Met Bud Harrelson at Shea Stadium in New York.
About that.
Pete Rose guy, he was an interesting fella.
He was.
1995, Dolphins' Dan Marino breaks Tarkinson's NFL career completions record.
And Fran Tarkenton was really known more of a scrambler than he was as a passer.
In 2005, it's going to take a second. Just hang out with me for a minute, okay?
Okay.
Nebraska nose tackle Lee Kevin Smith intercepts Cody Hodges' pass near the end zone and tried running it back with 1:11 left in the game. Then Brian Keegan pried the ball loose with Danny Amendola recovering to set up the Red Raiders at the Nebraska 18. On 4th and 2 from the 10, Hodges threw into the end zone where a diving Joe Filani pulled the ball in for the winning touchdown. Tech beats Nebraska 34-31.
That was here, is that correct?
In Lincoln.
In Lincoln, okay.
So what year?
2005.
So the next year, I go to Omaha for the first time, just with a couple of friends to go watch the College World Series. And I finagle my way into calling Nebraska and saying, hey, a few media members were coming up to cover the College World Series. We wanted to check out the facilities in Lincoln. Could we get a tour? And so they originally tell us, no, nobody's here to do it. Well, like, as we're traveling up there, I get a call from somebody in the athletic department, and they say, hey, we got this older gentleman who kind of works for us part-time, and he said he'd be happy to give you guys a tour. And because nobody else is really around. And so we went. And this guy, I mean, he gave us the greatest tour ever. He was such a nice gentleman. I mean, the people in Lincoln and Nebraska are great, just as everybody tells you about, right? And so, anyway, he takes us everywhere. I mean, we're in offices and locker rooms, and this dude, because there's nobody else around.
And
You're getting the tour.
We're getting the greatest tour ever.
And he's got all the history in his mind.
Sure, yes, right. And so he takes us and he goes, well, I guess I can't let you run out there on the field, like on the midfield or whatever, but he goes, you can take a step out there in the end zone if you want to. And so me and a friend, we reenacted Joel Filani's game-winning touchdown reception right where he did it earlier or the year before. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bravo, sir.
Yes, it was.
And to you and to your tour guide.
He laughed at us. He thought we were funny.
It is National Pierogi Day.
What is pierogi?
Ha ha! You have fallen into the trap.
You waited. I provided.
Pierogies are soft-filled dumplings originated from Central and Eastern Europe, typically filled with savory ingredients like potatoes, farmer's cheese, and sauerkraut, or with sweet options like fruit, and are often served boiled or fried with toppings such as sour cream and melted butter. It's also National Salmon Day. Not near as much fun. Salmon's good and all, but it's not like, fried fruit in a nice little shell.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Bruno Mars is 41, Matt Damon 55, Sigourney Weaver 76, and Chevy Chase is 82.
Chevy Chase is 82.
82.
Wow. Makes me feel old.
And on this day in 1871, flames spark in the Chicago barn near Patrick and Catherine O'Leary, igniting a 2-day blaze that kills between 200 and 300 people, destroying 17,450 buildings, leaves 100,000 people homeless, and causes an estimated $200 million in 1871 dollars, more like $4 billion today in damages. Legend has it that a cow kicked over a lantern in the O'Leary's barn and started the fire. But other theories are that humans or even a comet may have been responsible for the event that left 4 square miles of the Windy City, including its business district, in ruins. Another fun fact about this is one of 5 great fires in 1871 in the Midwest due to massive drought, high winds, and fires across the area. And that is this day in sports history.
All right, this day in sports history. Thank you, Jeff. All right, some things here from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Okay, I spent most of my life not having an opinion on things like logo. Whatever was selected was just fine. Our colors are red and black. The new logo is all red. I don't like it. Okay.
It's trimmed in black, isn't it?
Trimmed in white.
Trimmed in white. Okay, my bad.
Trimmed in white. As someone in their late 20s, I'm one that loves the flat double T. I feel like it represents a more classic, rugged version of Texas Tech and gives a more blue-collar feel to a double T. The beveled one was just too modern and sleek for Lubbock, in my opinion. But I guess that was just my parents teaching me right to love the flat double T. Okay. I never really thought of us as if it is a blue-collar feel and too modern and sleek.
Well, I think Lubbock has a blue collar feel. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know about.
I'm talking about the double T.
I don't feel like we can't be modern and sleek here. Also, though.
Yeah, we sure can.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
I'm very much like JL. I love any and all the double T's because it represents the school that I love. I don't understand why we have to discard or get rid of any of them. Is there a reason why we chose to no longer use the beveled double T? That from 1M. Okay. Jason says this, the logo change is good with me. I graduated Tech in 2002 and I've been attending Tech games since 4 years old. Okay. I like how each design allows me to reminisce different eras, Spike era, Leach era, and now Joey, Campbell, Womble era, Wreckham, all day, every day. Thank you, Cody. Somebody reminds we also beat them there in 2009 with regard to Nebraska. Yes. And Robert puts just a little salt in the wound because I loved him when he played for the Royals. He was my favorite player. I hated it when they traded him, and he became a Yankee killer for a lot of teams. He says this, Sweet Lou sure looked good in pinstripes, didn't he, Chuck? Yeah, Sweet Lou Piniella. He wore number 9 for the Royals, and then after he left Kansas City, his subsequent stops, he was always number 14. But yeah, he was a good one. There's no question about it.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. I will tell you this. When you look at the top 25 schedule for this week, Jamie, with a victory, there's going to be an opportunity to move up. And this might be one of those weeks. I really don't want to do this, but Missouri, number 14, plays at home against number 8, Alabama, which is right above Texas Tech. So it'd be best for Missouri to win over Alabama. They're undefeated, and they're 1-0 in the SEC. Also on tap is number 3, Oregon, playing host to number 7, Indiana. I just feel like if that game is single digits, I'll be shocked. But I feel like Oregon's probably going to win that game by 10 or more.
Yeah, I would bet the same thing.
And Indiana again is number 7. I feel like Texas rises up for this game. They take on Oklahoma. Oklahoma is number 6. Boy, Brett Venables has kind of righted his ship, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, all the people that wanted to get rid of him last year and the year before seems to have kind of got things in a better spot for himself.
Sure.
And then number 5, A&M plays host to Florida. A&M is undefeated, 2-0 in SEC play. So those are among the games that are involving top 10 teams this coming weekend. So anyway, so with a win and with a couple of losses, you could be 6th or 7th. Mm-hmm. Pretty easily. So God, if I don't think Illinois is going to beat Ohio State. They seem to be. They're having this kind of up and down. Well, they're 5-1. I mean, I'm going to say up and down, but the loss was a bad loss.
They were really down that day.
Yeah, they were really down that day. Yes. So
I want the Red Raiders to adopt the rule that all of us strive to achieve. And Chuck has talked about it, and I've talked about it. Other people in the building have talked about it. They should worry about Texas Tech. That's a big job. Got to take care of yourself. That's the one we should focus on.
No doubt.
Don't worry about the top. Don't worry about the rankings.
Right.
You got a big job to take care of. It's called you.
Yeah.
Let other things worry about other things.
Yeah.
They have their own problems. We have ours to fix here.
Yeah.
We got penalties to deal with. We got drops to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
We've got more praise for Jacob Rodriguez that needs to happen. I mean, we got our own problems here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's focus on us.
Okay.
We got Kansas this week for homecoming.
We got field goal kickers that are running in and out, left and right,
I mean, it's mass hysteria on the field. We got work to do.
Mass hysteria.
Every time we think Jacoby Williams is our guy, then Cam Dickey does something, right?
Well, that's a good problem.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch, right? That's this person says this. I want to ride the 9 spot for a little bit. Okay, all right. That's fair. Somebody asked me this question: does Kansas have a good offensive line? I don't know. I'll just say
they're decent.
I'll just say this: when you look at what their offense has produced, they must, right?
I don't know that their O-line is as good as Utah, but it's better than Houston. I'll say that. I'll say they're between the two.
And I'll go back to what I
didn't have a whole lot of tough time with the O-line of Utah.
No, we did not.
No, and I'll go back to what I said. I just don't think they can stop you. I don't think they can stop Texas Tech, and but they've provided protection and holes for Jalen Daniels that you can't afford to just sit back on your heels, right? And when you look at their offense,
when have you seen this defense sit back on their heels?
Haven't. Yeah. Right. I mean, their center is 330 pounds. He's from Katy. Okay, the left tackle is 6'7", 315 from Lawrence. The left guard is 6'3", 305 from Southfield, Michigan. The right guard is from Jacksonville, Florida. He's 6'4", 320. The backup is 6'7", 315 from Dexter, Michigan. They're big boys. The right tackle is from Chicago. He's 6'6", 320. The backup is 6'6", 320 from Omaha. So, I mean, that's a stout line, right? Now, can they do something with it?
Well, again, their offense has been pretty good, so they can't be that bad.
Right. Are you don't think they're better than Utah, do you?
No.
But you think they're better than Houston?
Definitely better on offense. I think Houston's defense is better.
Okay.
I think they're. Do they play each other this year, Chuck?
I don't. Okay. I'd have to look.
Depending on where it is, if it was in Houston, I would give Houston a chance to win that game. A good chance to win that game.
Okay.
I probably would put KU a little bit ahead of Houston right now, but I don't think it's a sizable gap.
They do not. Their next game is Kansas State.
No, their next game is us. But
next game is us, then a bye week, then K-State on the 25th. They play Oklahoma State, at Arizona, at Iowa State, and
they're probably
finish with Utah.
Probably looking ahead to Kansas State matchup.
That's
a trap game for them.
Yeah, trap game. This is a trap game for them.
Trap game versus the number 9 team in the country. Right.
Yeah, but I mean...
So you can play a 2-4 team.
Yeah, but, man, when you look at who they finished with, I mean, they got 2 of the 3 games are on the road, and the last 2 games are real toughies at Iowa State and finishing at home against Utah. Those are challenging games.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not real worried about what's going to go on at the end of the year with Kansas.
No, not worried at all.
Yeah.
7:22 this morning here on the morning drive. Take your thoughts and comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. When you just kind of look at the matchups in terms of scoring offense, Texas Tech is first in the Big 12. They're 7th. Total offense, you're first. They're 7th. Rushing offense, you're 6th. They're 8th. Passing offense, you're first. They're 6th. Scoring defense, Texas Tech is first, Kansas is 8th. In total defense, Texas Tech is 2nd, and KU is 9th. So,
yeah, those numbers point to them not being as good offensively as I have in my mind.
Right. Mm-hmm. Third down conversion, and this is something that you've done a much better job on, both offense and defense this year. Texas Tech is third in third down conversion on offense and first in third down conversion defense. Kansas is 14th in third down conversion on offense and 10th in defense. So, and even, I guess the one thing you look at for them, they're just ahead of you in sacks per game. They're at like 2.67, and Texas Tech is at 2.4. But in fewest penalty yards per game, Texas Tech is 16th in the Big 12, and KU is 3rd. Okay. So that's a point of emphasis for improvement. Obviously, you can only go up. And then in turnover margin, Texas Tech is 1st and Kansas is 8th in the Big 12. And again, we're only a couple of games in, but those margins will start to hopefully they'll stay the same for Texas Tech, as you're kind of moving forward. You can look at that in game 7 or 8 in terms of the Big 12 and go, hey, you're still doing really, really well. That would lead to a big season for the Red Raiders. Number 9, Texas Tech against the Kansas Jayhawks on Saturday. We'll have Optimum Game Day Live coverage at 7 a.m. for you on Double T 97.3. The kick is at 6:30. Jamie's question of the day is next on Double T 97.3.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen, we're talking Big 12 quarterbacks today. My question for you guys is to rank the Big 12 quarterbacks. I'm going to give you 4 spots.
Okay.
The top 4.
Okay.
Give me the top 4.
Okay.
My question or my point here is today is wanting to see where you think Baron Morton fits into that group, or maybe he doesn't.
Okay. Gotta make sure I got 4 in mind, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys want to go 5? Does that make it easier for you?
No.
Okay. You want to go 3?
I just had to get everybody's name, to be just quite honest with you. Okay. I don't know that I could have.
I don't know that the conference has a dominating quarterback, so I don't know who I want to put number 1. Baron Morton could easily be number 1. He could, when it comes to actual ability to throw the football and make the right reads. I think it's such a huddle at the top that you could pick any of the top 6 and they'd be the number 1 guy. It's not like the years past where there's been one dominant or 2 dominant guys and everybody else chasing them. That's where I'm like, okay, what are we going to do here? Which straw am I pulling first? Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is sports talk radio. I mean, you couldn't be more of a politician there. It's sports conversation, man. I get that they're all close. That's why we're having the conversation.
If you're going by QBR rating, just so if you're going by that, it's Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati, Jalen Daniels from Kansas, Josh Hoover from TCU, and Sawyer Robertson from Baylor. Okay, Baron Morton on this list is 9th on that list. I'm going to tell you, okay. I'll just say this. I think, I think Sawyer Robertson is one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12. I don't know if he's the best. I kind of agree with Jeff in that there's not one that's just dominating. But you know what? He's directed his team to a couple of victories. So I'm going to say Brendan Sorsby's 1. I'm going to pick Sawyer Robertson 2. I think Jalen Daniels is really good. I'm going to pick him 3. And just because I'm just going to wear a biased hat here, I'm gonna say I'd rather have Baron Morton over anybody else in the Big 12. So I'll take him number 4.
So it was a biased hat with Baron Morton, but not Jalen Daniels.
No, because I think Jalen Daniels is. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12.
Well, I would say one of the best 16, no doubt.
Yeah.
I didn't go that far down the list. All right, I'm going to go Daniels 1 because we're playing him this week. That's the best answer for that. The best decision maker I can have there. He's what I'm most worried about this week. We'll go Sawyer Robertson in a second. I can't find a reason not to have Morton third. I would love one. I don't have one, so I'm going to put him there. And we'll go... Gosh, do I vomit in my mouth and put TCU Hoovers as the number 4 guy in the conference? Yeah, I guess. There. I pulled my strings. Leave me alone.
Oh, boy.
It's such a huddled mess.
This was another one I didn't think was going to be this difficult. Number 1 on my list didn't make either one of your lists, Sam Leavitt. I think he's the best quarterback in the conference with the dual threat ability, both throwing and running, and he seems to be a guy who comes up big in clutch situations, and he looks to be a great leader for that team. Just makes big plays in big spots. So Leavitt's number 1 on my list. I think Sawyer Robertson probably has the best chance to be a really good NFL quarterback, and I have him 2 on my list. Josh Hoover has looked not good at all the last 2 weeks. He has been punted down my list. He would have been pretty high previously. I think I'm going with Brendan Sorsby as number 3 on my list right now, and Baron Morton number 4. You putting Jalen Daniels number 1 and you putting it number 3, man, I think he's good. I don't think he's anywhere close to as good as you guys think he is.
If we weren't playing Kansas this week, he probably wouldn't be
undersized, and he's a 6-year guy. Not that that matters, but I don't think he's an elite runner by any stretch of the imagination, even compared to Avery Johnson, who I think is a much better runner. I think he's a better thrower than Johnson, but I don't have him nearly as high as you guys do.
Okay. I mean, I think he's really good. I think he's a dual threat guy. I think he's got
throws the ball to the other team more times than he needs to.
Yeah, there's probably some of that. I mean,
he's done a better job with that this year.
They're not. He's not great, but I mean, I think he's pretty good. But I think I agree with Jeff's first statement in that there's not a dominant standout quarterback this year. But maybe you think Sam Leavitt is that guy.
I think the top 2, Leavitt and Sawyer Robertson, I would consider them dominant standout guys.
Okay.
I think Josh Hoover has the potential. I just think he was okay last week, but he was really bad in that loss to Arizona State. I mean, that was totally on him. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I think previously he was number 2 on my list.
Josh Hoover has never looked good in my mind. He always seems to figuratively and literally drop the ball every week. Jamie, do you think Daniels is the best quarterback that Tech will have faced to this point in the year?
Yes. Yep. I think he's good. He probably is. We went 4 deep there. He probably would be 6 or so on my list.
Somebody else gives you this.
I wonder if Jeff's related to him to put him number 1 in front of all these other guys.
We're playing him this week. That's why. If we weren't playing him this week, he would be number 2 or number 3.
This person says Leavitt, Robertson, Sorsby, Daniels, Morton, Hoover. He gave you. Daniels. That's a Chuck answer there. He gave you 6.
No, still, that was his top 6. He's allowed to put as many. He can go all 16 if he wants.
Jalen Daniels is good until he quits in his team. Okay. Oh, suggesting some quit. Okay. QBR is the dumbest metric to use. If you can explain QBR, then use it. which nobody can. That's probably a fair statement.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. It's great to have you with us today on the Morning Drive. We come to you from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that, or the mobile app. And the Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. Again, Yates Flooring Center chat line, go to doublet973.com. Somebody reporting, and I do not know the answer to this question. Rumor has it that one of your offensive linemen suffered a knee injury during practice yesterday. Any truth to that? Hopefully not. Well, here's when we'll know if that's true about Howard Sampson, is when they post the availability report. So that'll be coming up over the next few days.
Tomorrow,
so,
right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
The first one.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So you'll get a out or probable or doubtful report on him, and so that's when you'll know. And you hope that's not the case. You hope if something did happen that it was just a tweak, and that he'll be good to go, because he's your left tackle, and that's a really important position.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you're playing. It's a really important position. Derek says this off the Yates Flooring Center chat line with regard to Jerry Jones. I heard he said I meant to give a thumbs up. If you're confused between your thumb and your middle finger, do you really need to be in a position to run an NFL franchise?
Man, if you're at that point of your life where you can't tell the difference between those two, can't control, then yeah, it feels like you need to hand the baton to somebody else. Yes. You need to probably need to be in one of those assisted living places or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe assisted.
Does he have? Could they find an assisted GM in place for him?
Well, that'd be great, right? I think there's probably a lot of people that feel like they're the. Steven probably feels like that's his role. I just don't know if he's got a loud enough voice. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody says that's the case, but I don't know if that's the case. Lindale Jeff says this: can't believe nobody has hit the wall hard in Stillwater. Yeah, that's another place that's really close to. This I've said for years. OU and Oklahoma State should have to remove two rows of seating. There's about 5 to 8 yards from the field to the wall. Oklahoma State at least has padding, but I've called out their trash stadium for close to 10 years now. About time they do something. Okay. All right. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Had the pleasure of watching Lubbock Cooper Liberty volleyball last night. I'm just reading exactly how it's said here. Looked really good. 35-2 on the year. Smoked Levelland. Good for them. Good for them. Let's see. That kind of gets us caught up on the main part of all that with regard to Jerry Jones and the chat line and things along those lines. All right, let me ask you this, because this came out yesterday. The NCAA, Jamie, officially adopting the portal window for FBS and FCS in 2026. It's moving the transfer portal season in college football from December to January, and now it's January the 2nd through the 16th. College football players, including grad transfers, must now wait until January 2nd to officially enter their names in the portal and initiate contact with other schools. Do we believe that second part of that sentence is going to actually happen?
That's a great question.
No.
Great question.
Because I'm going to tell you the answer to that is no. And if you're Texas Tech, I think you want it to be no. If you're a fan of any school, you want it to be no, because you want your guys to reach out. Now, your representative probably, it's like anything else. It's like any kind of free agency with the pro sports, right? I didn't talk to him. Now, if my agent did, I'm not aware of that. Right?
Yeah.
That's how that'll go.
Sure. Absolutely.
And that's how that'll go. They'll just work around it. This transfer portal window opens one day after the college football playoff quarterfinals conclude. Players on the teams competing in the College Football National Championship on January 19th will get an additional 5-day period from January 20 to 24 to enter the portal after their season ends. Okay, I think that's good news. That's good news.
Sure.
That makes sense, right?
Yep.
Because if let's say you're part of that team, and you're a backup, or you're maybe even the third string, and you realize, hey, there's no room for me here, but I want to enjoy the ride that I've been on since, for a year, because I worked my tail off, and in the off season and during the season, I was on the scout team, and I've done all this work, and I'd like to be there when
I think
confetti falls.
Where the problem is when those guys feel like, hey, I need to get in the portal now because spots are getting taken
Sure,
up.
there's that too.
Yeah.
Then there's this. Players at Arkansas, Oklahoma State, UCLA, and Virginia Tech will be grandfathered in under the previous rule and are currently permitted to enter the transfer portal after their head coaches were fired in September. Okay. So you're down to one, and this essentially, January the 16th essentially now becomes basically maybe your most important signing day, so to speak, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
More than anything.
Yeah, I mean, portal signing is it's not really called that, obviously, but your portal additions are more important at this point, it feels like, than your freshman additions. Just because they're immediate impact guys. You want to have some of those freshmen that you're going to keep, but man, you have no idea if they're going to be there for 4 years or whatever.
Yeah, and look, we've seen. Look, when you hire, let's just call it that.
I mean, your class right now you're pulling in some great freshmen. Great freshmen.
You are.
And they might be good enough to compete and be great right off the bat.
Well, I would say this too. That the vets that you're going to bring in is going to complement what you have leaving, and hopefully, like you said, the freshman class you're bringing in is. I mean, it's now littered with 4 and 5 stars, which is a good thing. But
absolutely.
You're in this want to win now mode, and feel like a window is right there for you, and so you've got to.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.